Hello and welcome to the NFFL Draft Analysis Recap video. I'm going to try to do this quickly. I've already done it twice and YouTube basically told me to fuck off and couldn't upload the videos because they were over 15 minutes. So I'm going to try to be quicker here. I'm going to go through each team, give them their draft grade, go over their team briefly, and give where I think they'll finish in the division. And at the end I'll do the best and worst moves of the draft. So we'll start with the Lombardi division with Dan Matheson and Fuck Sundays. Gave him a C. A lot of that is in part to the team he inherited from Russ Wilson. I thought Russ had a good team last year, but all of his players were really tier 1 players, and Dan didn't have much to choose from. It really hurt his team this year. I do think he will be a good manager and a force in the future, but just not this year. Running backs are good. I like Turner and Matthews, but the wide receivers are sketchy at best. Looking at a 5th place finish in the Lombardi division this year. Fear of heights, Randy. You don't really scare me, man. I'm not afraid of your team, but that is just because my team's awesome. So, 13-5 against you, I think. Yeah. Anyways, B plus. Solid draft, solid team. Best receivers in the entire league. Andre Johnson and Moss are beasts. Add that to Steve Breston. Awesome receivers. Running backs definitely leave a little bit to be desired, though. And it's a good thing you have depth there because you're probably going to need to find two that actually function for you. Gridiron, C minus, buddy. Best quarterbacks in the division, I'll give you that much. Peyton Manning and Matt Castle are awesome. Vernon Davis is a very good tight end, second in the division. Your running backs are leaving a lot to be desired, to say the least. So we'll see what happens there, and you look like you need some help at receiver as well. I'm picking you to finish 6th in the Lombardi division. Matt Cameron, Team Hasselhoff, gave you a B. Very good quarterbacks here in Rivers and Stafford. Rivers already a proven stud. Stafford, future stud. I think this year he makes big leaps here to be fantasy relevant in the Lions offense, and soon he will be a stud on the field just like he is off the field. Go ahead and do a YouTube search on Matthew Stafford. You're a man. You won't regret it. A lot of receiver depth, but no standouts outside of Wayne. Loving, Donnie Avery, and Kenny Britt. Those are two guys I was targeting late. Good tier 3 potential keepers there. 4th place finishes in order for Matt. The Oracle. If you don't get that reference, you need to go check out FX's TV show called The League. Go ahead and look on Zulu for last year's videos. Hilarious show. You don't even have to like fantasy to think it's funny. My sister-in-law thought it was funny. She doesn't like fantasy football, so it's a pretty funny show. But if you watch that, you'll get the Oracle reference, and you'll also get the Eskimo Brothers reference if you're an auction keeper for my team. So check it out. Solid team. Best running backs possibly in the entire league. The depth is amazing there. Very good receivers and tight ends as well. If the quarterbacks work out, he can definitely be a threat. A 3rd place finish is in order for the Oracle. And that brings us to yours truly, Touchdown Nation. A. As if you didn't know that was coming. Gave myself the best tight end ranking and the 2nd best with running back and wide receivers. Miles Austin, Roddy White, Wes Welker, monsters. Dallas Clark, monster. Chris Johnson, super monster. Lots of depth at running back. Cutler and Palmer at quarterback. This team is for real. Watch out. This team is going to be immense. Number 1 ranking in the Lombardi division. And we'll be making some noise in the playoffs this year, you better believe it. Moving on to the Landry division. Starting off, Icon City Excitement. Gave Turco a C+. He's got some potential here. He does have the second-ranked tight ends, Jason Witten and his school namesake Cooley. Brady is a good quarterback and would be a top 3 quarterback in most divisions. This division happens to have Breeze, Rodgers, and Romo, so not going to happen there. But very good quarterback. Depth there with Sanchez as well. Running backs, no standout studs, although he does have 3 starters, so he has potential there for sure, and some decent receivers as well. I just don't think it's going to be enough. I think Icon City Excitement will finish 5th in this division this year. Brings us to Motor City Freshness, Mr. Doug Rohr. I gave a solid A. Very good team here. Running backs, wide receivers, and quarterbacks all registering 2nd in this division, in my opinion. Very good team, very hot sister. What can I say? He runs his team well. I run his sister well. Aaron Rodgers leads the squad along with Adrian Peterson, Sean Green. Running back depth, big time with Justin Forsett and Montario Hardesty, who I really wanted, but Doug stole from me. Receivers are also solid as well, but not very deep. So you might want to shore that up. Very good team. 2nd place finish I'm projecting. Ninja Turtles. Defending champion, only 2-time champion of the NFFL. Andrew James coming in with a B+. Would be higher, but he made a couple of moves he knows were not in the best interest of his team, and he wishes he had back. But you better look out for this team anyways, because it's a damn good manager. 3rd rankings for quarterback, running back, and tight end. Romo's a monster. Really think he could potentially be the 3rd ranked quarterback in the entire league when it's all said and done. He's got all the weapons and he's a beast. Steven Jackson, awesome. Chris Wells, awesome. Not going to call him Beanie. It's a stupid nickname from a player from a stupid school. Fuck the Bucks. Ohio State sucks. Brent Seelig, going to be a good tight end as well. I know it's a small sample size, but in his only 2 games that he's had with Kevin Cobb, he had over 100 yards in both games. I just think he's going to be poised for a big season. Wide receivers leave a little to be desired, though. But my guess is he shores that up at some point in the season. I'm predicting, based on this squad, a 3rd place finish in that division. Turf Toes. Awesome keepers. Awesome team. Awesome guy. A+. The only A+ of the draft. Just a phenomenal team, top to bottom. Running back, best in the division. Wide receiver, best in the division. He made a decision to make a trade with his cousin Wes Broom to ensure that he could get all of his wide receivers out of the way early in the draft, and he did so and made his team immense. Anchoring this running back crew, he's got Ray Rice and D'Angelo Williams, beasts. Don't know why he has D'Angelo Williams on his team. Not sure why anyone would trade an awesome running back for a quarterback that you're just going to drop. Whoever made that deal must have been really scared of some team in his division just being a monster. But you know what? It happened anyways. Got 2 monsters to deal with. Bolden, Calvin, and Deshaun, awesome receivers. It's all going to come down to Kevin Cobb. If he goes and plays up to where I think he can play, geez, this team could be ridiculous. And that's not even talking about Tony Gonzalez at tight end, who apparently has been in the league for like 1,000 years but still plays well. 1st place division, easily, in my opinion, this team is immense, as I said, and a front runner to win the league. It brings us to Twin City Tundra, who I gave a C. Looking at the team, not happy about CJ Spiller being the number 2 running back. As I said during the draft, I like him where he was taken. I just don't like him as the starting running back there. So running back could use a little bit of help. Has some good receivers though. Liking Mike Wallace a lot. And Percy Harvin, I don't think the migraines are really going to be an issue any more than they have been in the past for him, and he's still performed. This hasn't been a new issue for him, so I'm not worried. Larry Fitzgerald, I am worried about. Leinart's throwing to him. There's no Bold in there, and he's hurt. So I don't think he's going to have a Fitzgerald-esque type season. Overall, I think this is a team that will finish 6th in the Landry division. Finally, we have Weapon X. Gave a B. Best quarterback in Breeze. Best tight end in Gates. But the wide receivers leave something to be desired for sure. You're starting Braylon Edwards. You're starting to have problems. 4th place to finish in the Landry division. I'm going to go through here and look at some of the best moves and worst moves for each team very quickly. I only have about 3 minutes. Dan in Fuck Sundays. Macklin in the 5th is a good pick. Potential tier 2 there. Vincent Jackson in the 3rd. That's a move that's going to be making you say Fuck Sundays. Basically, the guy is out 3 games minimum, possibly more. I'm not going to spend the 3rd round pick on a guy that's going to miss half the season potentially. Very bad pick. Forte in the 2nd for height is a good pick. I think he bounces back. Jacobs in the 4th, not so good. Don't want any part of any Giants running back. Gridiron, Felix Jones in the 4th, tier 2 keeper potential, awesome. Stewart in the 2nd. I like Stewart. I think he's going to give you good production, but not for a 2nd round pick. He's going to give you good production for a 6th round pick. Big time reach there. Matt Cameron with Team Hasselhoff, Kenny Britt in the 8th, love it. Sims Walker in the 3rd, hate it. Inconsistent, not a big fan. They bring in Brandon Marshall, Sims Walker, big time bust. Oracle, the best pick is Javid Best. 3rd round, going to be a beast in that Lions offense. Love it. Matt Ryan in the 4th, not a fan. He doesn't have to worry about tier 2. He has Jamal Charles, who's going to be a monster. So taking Ryan there is definitely a reach. Just not very high on him. He's a good quarterback in real life, not so much fantasy. Don't even know if he'll have 20 touchdowns. TD Nation down around in the 7th, awesome. LT in the 4th. We'll see. Very boomer bust pick, I should say. Alright, quickly, Landry division, best pick, Icon City. Witten in the 4th, it's tier 2, just mark it down now. He's automatic. Maroney in the 7th. Probably about 4 rounds too high for him. Not a fan. Motor City, Hardesty in the 8th, tier 3 potential, awesome. My brother said apparently, based on my praise of Hardesty, that I have a hard-on for Hardesty. I actually think I just have a hard-on for Doug's sister. But Winslow in the 5th, not so much. Ninja Turtles, Jennings in the 2nd is awesome. I know it's pretty crazy for a team I think is poised to do well to take such a high pick, be their best pick, but there were several receivers that were projected to do better at that point, and Andrew took Jennings anyways, and I think he's going to pay big dividends. I think Jennings is a top 5 receiver this year. Foster in the 3rd, hate it, only because he had the wraparound pick, which means he could have taken Foster in the 4th for a tier 4 keeper. Big mistake. Turf Toast, best move, trade with Wes. Worst is decide in the 8th, not so good. Fitzgerald, not so good for Twin City Tundras in my opinion. Michael Wallace is awesome. 5th round pick, very good value. Weapon X, Vince Young in the 8th, tier 3 keeper, 15 touchdowns last year, half a season, very good. Braylon Edwards. You didn't see it earlier when Jacob was here, but I said Braylon Edwards and he actually screamed because he's that freaking bad. So that's all I have for today. Hopefully you enjoy this, and if you want to respond with your own rankings, I'd love to read them. I think that would be great. You don't have to, obviously. You can respond by saying that you think I'm spot on with my analysis and I'm a genius, although my wife would probably disagree with you there. Or you can just say, Brian, man, you don't know what you're talking about. Are you fucking high? What are you doing? That's fine too. It's all in fun. So I hope you enjoyed it, and there'll be more to come in future weeks. Thanks.